Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another edition of Where I Went Wrong. And in this edition of Where I Went Wrong, I'll be doing Where I Went Wrong, UFC Vegas 69, or you can say UFC Fight Night, Andrade versus Blanchfield. And where did I go wrong? Let's see. My record was 9-2. So a pretty solid card, 9 of 11 or 9-2. Continuing a year of success, what I'm at like plus 70% average or something right now overall. Probably like 73, 74 right now, so that's pretty solid. No matter what you say about it, it's 74. That's phenomenal right now. But yeah, 9-2 for the card. Let's focus on the L's. Not the pats on the back. I already get enough of those. Let's focus on the 2 L's. So the first L was Ashkabal versus Emmers, or Emmers versus Ashkabal. And I went low confidence there. I didn't go high confidence or no crazy thing like that. This guy literally he's 23. He was 23-0. Hadn't fought no one. Hadn't fought in a long time. And what I saw from the little bit of image, the clips you could get from him, it didn't look all that impressive, to be honest. It just looked like he had no real purpose. Like, you see the talent potentially there, but he just felt like a guy that was fighting cans. He got used to fighting cans. And before Emmers, who obviously a guy who has a lot of skill and talent, but just couldn't really put wins together. Like, and had some low fight IQ moments in fights that he probably should have won, or yeah, probably should have won. So a guy that actually fought good competition, but didn't have the success you would want, or the consistency you would want. And you got a guy that's 23-0 who literally fought no one. And that's what you get. I put low confidence. I just feel like Emmers, like I said, does have those low IQ moments. Ashkabal, he is very much a question mark. You can't say, oh, he's not good because he fought cans. He could still be very good and just have fought cans. I didn't like some of his fight IQ decisions, but he was fighting mediocre cans. Like when I look at Ashkabal, like tape on Ashkabal, like I said, he's making some very low IQ things, but he got away with it because he was fighting cans. But yeah, low confidence. So I ain't gonna say, oh my gosh, I went full confidence. Oh, this guy was this, how I was expecting me to. I just picked like, hey, low confidence. He is 23-0. Emmers is like not a trustworthy commodity, not a trustworthy fighter. I'm combining words. He's not a trustworthy fighter. So like, hey, most likely this guy gonna win. But Emmers showed good resilience in there. He didn't make no real big mistakes like he has in the past. And I definitely think experience came in there, and I feel like that time way actually helped him. Like, he fought sharper than usual. Like, he has moments where he's sharp in the fight. Like, but then he also has moments where, like, where did that go? Like, you look so clean right here. And then why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? And he, like, kind of fine-tuned that, shaved it out a little bit, and didn't have those moments in that fight. Stuffed all his takedowns. Then he had, like, 2 takedowns on him. No, he had, like, 1 takedown. And Ashkabal guy was 0-6 on takedowns. But, yeah, good performance for Emmers. I don't know necessarily what it is puts him, but it's going to change the trajectory of his career. But, hey, at least a win's a win, and that's a big thing. And that's going to keep you in the UFC for probably at least 2 more fights, win or lose. So, good win on him, and good bounce back. And I hope that Emmers can stay afloat, try to trim up his game a bit so he don't make those mistakes that he made in his past fights. I'm trying to think he fought. What's that dude's name? He should have beat him. I think he dropped him. And he's gonna follow him to the ground and got caught in like a knee bar, or like a knee bar or something, and try to play the jiu-jitsu with a guy who only had jiu-jitsu with no hands. He should have mixed them up, and I predicted him to mix them up, but nah, he gonna drop him. He gonna follow him to the ground. Like, he could have easily picked apart. That dude got no hands on the feet and got T-Rex arms and short. He could easily beat him, but low fight IQ got him winning. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, you should have known this guy was gonna be. Now, he got mediocre and he got exposed later. But hey, it is what it is. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And then, yeah, the final L and the second L was Blanchfield and Andrade. I picked Andrade to beat Blanchfield. I think like TKO 3rd round, but it was actually a 2nd round submission for Blanchfield. It was definitely a short notice for Andrade, and they say, oh, she had a hand injury. I feel like in actuality, I heard something about her having like a missing, I don't know, dislocated disc or something, her back or something, or her hip or something like that. I think that's probably more real to it, but regardless of injuries or not, if they fought again, I would pick Blanchfield to beat her. I would predict her to beat her by submission. Probably still 2nd round or 3rd round. I wouldn't say first, probably 2nd or 3rd round. If they fought again, Andrade are the best. And you can say this and that. At the end of the day, the results are also as young as she is, she's only gonna get better. So again, Andrade coming at the very best she is. Top motivation, the best training camp of her life. And I feel like from this point on, Blanchfield's only gonna get better than her. And so the likely outcome is just going to stay the same. And probably even the more fights, Blanchfield going to become even more confident if he probably even end up dropping her like maybe 2-3 years they rematch down the line. and then maybe could potentially TKO her, but in the striking, potentially. But most likely gonna be submission victories if they do fight again in the next 2-3 years. But yeah, Blanchfield looked good, and I like the fact that she actually stood and traded with Andrade. Maybe that's not the smartest thing to do, but the fact she looked so good and composed there, and I feel like in actuality she outstruck Andrade in the first round. Some people were saying, well, Andrade won the first round, but I felt she beat Andrade in the first round. She beat her in the striking, and then she took her down and tapped her out with ease. And I think where you could say Andrade's injury or whatever is going on where it came into play is like her hips were dead on the ground. Like she didn't try to get on half guard. She didn't try to fight for guard, and it was right there. She didn't try at all. Like she just was dead there on the ground. Maybe she couldn't move the way she wanted to move. Maybe she was pain or something. Maybe it was both. Inability to move like she wanted to move and pain. I also feel like she didn't have the power that she usually has on the field. Obviously, Blanchfield was keeping her steady with long strikes, but you still didn't see the same like hip torque that she usually has. But again, I'm not saying, oh, Andrade lost because she had injury. I think she would lose regardless after seeing what Blanchfield brought to her. I think she would lose regardless, best or not best. But it is some questionable things that did happen in that fight on Andrade's side, or didn't happen on Andrade's side. But nonetheless, Blanchfield looking like she's going to be a big threat. Probably, the matter of fact, right now she's looking like the biggest threat. I thought Taya Santos was it, but Blanchfield's looking like she might be the biggest threat to taking Valentina Shevchenko's title. But nonetheless, Shevchenko's a different level, and those takedowns won't come as easy as against Shevchenko as she did against Andrade. And also her striking and her timing might be the biggest issue. She could address the timing and the speed and timing of Valentina on the feet, then that's where the opportunities open. I don't think Valentina has the best hands. I think Valentina's good at, imposing her will on you, physically getting those little body locks and tossing you around. She's good at like those quick timing, an inch of a second, an inch of space, firing, spinning back kicks to your abdomen, to your sternum. She's very good at getting that. Like you could have better hands than her, but she can like fire those kicks, and it's like, she got a bunch of different little step aside kicks, spinning back kicks, and she's very good at that time. Hand wise, ain't that impressive, but kick wise, definitely. And like as far as hands, like it's more so I think everything about her striking is off time. It's not like, oh, she got the most technical hands. Kicks, very technical. Hands, like, ain't really that technical. Ain't really got that much pop or power behind them or technique behind them. But she can catch you off balance and flurry you with her hands. Then like almost like a karate striker, almost for real. Like they don't really got the best hands, but they can like get you into like to shutdown mode. Like you get into zone out mode. They could get you to zone out and then boom, catch you in robot mode, catch you in autopilot, draw you into autopilot and counter you. But this is not a future prediction video. I'm already like made 2-3 minutes off something that's not even in this video. But nonetheless, Blanchfield look impressive. I'm definitely impressed with Blanchfield. In my logic behind it, why I lean to Andrade was, I just feel like Blanchfield she's what, 23 now? Still very young. Andrade is like, what, 30, 31, still very much right in her prime. And she had to fight the competition. She was like top 5, top 3 in both the 125 and 115 pound weight classes. So she was not some woman that just, she only fought cans. She was like, she's a former champion. And her only losses were to current or former champions. Joanna, Rose Namajunas, Weili Zhang, Valentina. Like that's her losses at 125, 115, and to just anybody. And by Blanchfield beating her, it shows that Blanchfield is not just anybody. She could be a future champion. As a matter of fact, I think she will be a future champion. I think Valentina, like, 30s, mid-30s at this point now. And Blanchfield got like a 10 or 12 years younger than her. So without doubt, whether she beats Valentina or kind of just waits Valentina out, she's going to be the champion, I think, at some point. But I think she could definitely see her beating Valentina if she's able to mix the takedowns in well. I definitely think she has a huge advantage on the ground if she's able to work that area. So good win for Blanchfield. Bright career ahead of her. And I don't know if I'll be picking against her anytime soon. I don't know. But then again, like she might fight Valentina. I got to really look into that. That's a whole nother prediction, a whole nother video for another day. It's a some more research down the line. But hey, good one for her. Ain't mad at all. Solid card overall for me. And very solid performance from Blanchfield. I just was not on the side. So that's the video. Again, I went 9-2 or 9-11 for that card. And yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for more videos. Peace.